Twitter wars in Turkey reached new heights on Sunday when anonymous trolls supportive of President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan and the ruling Justice and Development Party, AK Party, claimed, in complete indifference to hate messages circulated by closed Twitter accounts, that the global social media company suspended pro-AK Party accounts because a Turkish employee, with alleged sympathies to the Gülen movement, had infiltrated Twitter. An anonymous account, at WU Attack, notorious for targeting government critics through hate-mongering, tweeted a photo arguing that today's Zaman reporter Sevgi Akarsesme, who had visited Twitter's offices in San Francisco for research purposes in January, had received a briefing from Brahim Okoyuku, a Turkish engineer working at Twitter, on how to suspend certain Twitter accounts by making complaints. According to @WU Attack, some Twitter accounts were suspended by means of fraud tips that Akarsesme had received from Okoyuku. The mysterious account, which is claimed to have ties to intelligence in Turkey, has several times labeled journalists as agents working for foreign interests. This account targeted both Akarsesme and Okoyuku by publishing their photos alongside the former's tweet mentioning her excitement at visiting Twitter and thanking Okoyuku for his assistance. A TV host from Samanyolu TV, the director of which still remains under arrest, was also accused of receiving a similar briefing from Twitter since the channel aired a show on Silicon Valley. Many trolls joined at WU Attack in the allegation that Twitter suspended the abusive accounts due to the Gülen movement's alleged involvement in the company, while many others poked fun at the scenario. Alongside a picture of a person holding a knife behind him. The @WU Attack account continuously targets journalists who are vocal about their criticism in Turkey. On March 24, the anonymous Twitter user described today's Zaman editor-in-chief Bülent Kens as treacherous alongside a picture of a person holding a knife behind him. The account called Kens one of the leaders of the gang of a treason team formed to taint the image of Turkey in the international arena. Complaints from numerous Twitter users targeted by Akuls, Esatsi. And Kuşçubaşı Eşref, all of whom have used the anonymity of Twitter to post similar content that openly called for violence, led Twitter to shut down their accounts on Friday after they posted provocative and insulting tweets. Akuls on Thursday called on supporters of the ruling party to kill members of the Gülen movement. Erdoğan's ex-advisor admits suspended Twitter troll accounts close to AK Party. Meanwhile, Erdoğan's former top advisor Ünal, who is also a ruling party deputy hopeful, has admitted that a number of troll accounts recently shut down by Twitter for using highly offensive language against critics of the AK Party were close to the party. Twitter shut down some accounts which are close to the AK Party. There is freedom to praise terrorist Revolutionary People's Liberation Party /Front DHKP/C for terrorism and to insult and provoke, but it is a crime to be local, Ünal tweeted on Saturday night. Ünal, who helped to write Erdoğan's speeches and statements for many years, recently resigned from his post, saying he will run for parliament in the upcoming parliamentary elections. A piece of advice: if chaos breaks out, first find Fethullahs and wipe them out. It would be a bit difficult to find them, but you could start with the one who is the most sluggish and unreliable, troll account @Akuls tweeted on Thursday. Fethullah is a derogatory term used for sympathizers of the Gülen movement, also known as the Hizmet movement, which is inspired by Turkish Islamic scholar Fethullah Gülen. Kuşçubaşı Eşref posted a tweet describing an incident at an AK Party office in Istanbul's Kartal district last week as the beginning of an Alevi uprising which he had talked about a month ago, mentioning that a flag used by the assailants had the image of Zülfikar on it. An armed man entered the AK Party office on April 1, smashing windows on the top floor of the building and hanging a Turkish flag bearing the Zülfikar, a stylized representation of the sword of Ali that is used as an Alevi symbol. The man was detained by police. The accounts have been among the dozens of notorious troll accounts that attack Erdoğan's critics and opponents, including some of the ruling AK Party's deputies and cabinet members who fall out of step with Erdoğan. Many criminal complaints filed against those accounts are currently waiting to be investigated. Due to the recent legislation adopted in Turkey against hate crimes, the prosecutor may seek sentences of between 2 to 5 years for the Twitter trolls mentioned above. Trolls had also carried out a smear campaign against former President Abdullah Gül on Twitter. The trolls intensified their attacks when Gül announced that he would return to the AK party and signaled that he may take over the leadership of the party and the government. In a voice recording previously leaked on Twitter last year, then Prime Minister Erdoğan's daughter Sümeyye is allegedly heard telling Erdoğan's advisor Mustafa Varank to use holders of fake Twitter accounts who serve the ruling AK party to support an unspecified campaign with their posts. On Saturday, Gül's Twitter account, @Spabdullah, was hacked by a group named Bortasine Cyber Team in protest at the use of religion for political purposes. Gül, who is the first Turkish leader to actively use Twitter, has over 6 million followers.